on this now and speak to the technologist, Scott Turman. Scott, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate you being on the programme. So, Mark Zuckerberg covered quite a bit of ground, if I've understood this correctly, not only talking about advances in virtual reality, but the future for social media and the internet. I didn't realise he'd covered so much ground. What's your interpretation of how things are going to change?
Well, I feel like this is, a rebrand is probably not a bad idea, when the word Facebook is kind of synonymous with privacy issues, that kind of thing, these kind of things. I feel like, they have kind of a big vision for it's kind of a larger world. And meta is a very meta way to say that, describe that.
It certainly is, but presumably it's all driven by stock prices and money, because bad publicity in companies like Facebook leads to your share price dropping. Will this make a difference?
They make up 60% of the world's internet users. They kind of have a lock on it, and, when you look at Google, the way they kind of rebranded their name a little bit, and it kind of encompasses kind of larger services. But they didn't have a really bad name to begin with. Facebook kind of does. Ultimately, you can't really forget it's still Facebook. It's still the blue app. They're still controlling your information. So I don't think in the long run it's going to make much of a difference. But it's a very, very auspicious kind of idea to make a metaverse.
I mean, Mark Zuckerberg presumably thinks the rebrand will sort out a lot of those problems. Look, for anyone who perhaps hasn't been keeping their finger on the pulse of what's been happening in the Facebook group, just remind us briefly of the kind of criticism that Facebook has been receiving.
Well, when you consider they have all the demographic data they have on us that kind of better targets, exactly our wants and needs, it's kind of a scary power. When you control 60% of the eyes, ears, and emotions of the world, a little bit of poison can go a very long way, sway governments, sway opinions. And, I think the main criticism really comes down to should that power belong to a private company?
I mean, much of the criticism they got in the early days was because of their collection of data, personal data. Right. Facebook used to be something that people connected on. Everyone thought it was wonderful and it was free, but it turns out it isn't free. There is a product, and the product is you. Do people fully understand that now?
No, I don't think they've ever understood, nor they ever will. If you're not paying for it, you are the product. That's exactly right. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's they're making money somewhere, and it is your demographic information that makes it very, very, very good for advertisers to target you exactly. You are the product.
Well, we will see if it makes any difference. Scott, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Pleasure having you on.